are here with me tonight. It is Wednesday. Welcome to all of you, my viewers on Liberty 92.3 FM. Welcome to my YouTubers. Welcome, my Facebookers. Welcome. And soon, the wider St. Lucia will be seeing who is Sohria Alexander. For those who are not on Facebook, who not follow me on Facebook, and also on YouTube. So everybody who has cable, you'll be seeing me pretty soon on Liberty TV. Coming soon, you'll be seeing your lovely lady, Sohria Alexander, speaking to you. And let me welcome all of you, those who have just started to know about Sohria Alexander, who she is and what she stands for. Allow me to say thank you for joining me, and for so many people sending me messages. We're gonna get you coffee, we're gonna get you this, we're gonna get you that. I say thank you. And as always, as I have said, the link is there. You can support the show. And soon from now, we'll be having, our executive who will be going around getting ads for us to sponsor the show and make the show into something bigger and better, because we go in big and we're doing everything professionally. As you know, this is my style. I'm a very simple person. I love to be comfortable. I have no putting anything on for people and trying to act like I'm bigger than people. No, the only thing, I'm just straight. I am straight as you get it. But that doesn't mean that I do not, I hate anybody, I don't love them. I'm just a straight person, and I'm done with you. So it was very interesting. My last show, it was very interesting. I got a lot of private messages, and it is kind of sad that people want to speak out, but they won't because of backlash, because of people coming at them. You can come at me, I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, I have spoken my truth, and my truth will stand. So we have to, if we want a better St. Lucia, if we want a better world, we have to be honest in our deliberations and try not to be biased. Because sometimes, as I've always said, we need to take a few steps backward and look and weigh the issues and dialogue in a very sensible, in a very peaceful, and in a very logical way, because we know men are logical thinkers, and we know that women are very emotional beings. So even if we are emotional beings, men are emotional beings too, even if they think logically. We must also remember to have emotional intelligence when dealing with situations, because a situation can happen and you can become very hyper, and then you handle the situation incorrectly. You understand? With age, with time, you're not a teenager, you're not a young adult. With time, you're supposed to mature as fine wine and handle situations differently. And one thing I find, I'm speaking specifically to St. Lucians, what I find with St. Lucians, they do not look at situations from the bottom up. They look at situations from the surface. And then we complain about the politicians. We complain about the leaders. We complain about the crime situation. We complain about the young people. But we are too lazy to push back for a while, sit back for a while, look at what is before us and analyze the situation and come to a conclusion. And the reason why our country is at a standstill and has not moved forward for decades is as a result of people want a quick fix. You think the government of St. Lucia can make a change in your life? You are the ones to make the difference in your life. Because I could put pearls, I could put lipstick. My favorite lipstick is Revlon, right? I could put lipstick on a pig. I could put pearls on a pig, right? And a pig is always going to be a pig and roll in mud. We have a behavior in this country that everyone else is to be blamed but ourselves. And we see it at the head, government, schools, various organizations. We see it. Nobody is willing to sit back and say, let me evaluate me and how I can do better. Because the only person that can do better is you. And it is very, very sad. I'm rapping with you tonight. Share the live, tag your friends. Because my show, as I said to you, is a very different show. It's going to cause you to think and reflect on your own life and become a better person. When I sit and I think of how we behave as citizens of St. Lucia, as neighbors, as friends, as husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, lovers, blah, blah, blah. When I sit back and I realize the way we behave, there is a lot to be desired from us. We have become a selfish people. I'm speaking specifically to my people in St. Lucia tonight. We have become a very selfish, envious, jealous, crabs in a barrel kind of people. St. Lucians will sit. You at your home, you know. Your home well gated, everything. They will sit and they will know which man come to your home. Which man left your home. Which man slept at your home. How many men came to your home. They will know all that. They will know the car. The type of car, if it's a BMW, if it's an Audi, if it's a Skettel, if it's a van, they will know every man that come at your home. St. Lucians would also know when you leave your house, with who you leave your house, and if you ever came back to your house when you left for the night. St. Lucians sit there and mind everybody business. Then we want to blame the government for crime. We want to blame the policemen for crime. We want to blame everybody for crime, but not ourselves. We are in everybody's business to see who that person liming with or who that person is with. But you mean to tell me a little child was left, whatever happened, excuse me, a little child, 3-year-old, a little baby, a toddler, was walking on the street and nobody had the decency? Because when you live in a neighborhood, in a community, you get to know the little ones. You get to know who they are. Because during the time of COVID, one of my neighbors, her son, you know, he must have been about 5 that time, and he had just gone to kindergarten. And then I happened to look outside, then I saw him on the road, and I went outside. I said, "What are you doing on the road?" He said to me, "Auntie so, I'm just waiting for my friend next side." I said, "But he's not there. The gates are closed. He's not there, so you need to go back home. And when the others come, the older ones, you can come back on the road." He went. I didn't say that's not my child, because when they see me, everybody calls me Auntie So-so. I look out for them. If something is not right, I would text their mother. right? But you know, before you'll see somebody at dinner with a man, that's their man, the whole world know. Cameras, pictures all over the place. But a little child in a community walking on the road, heading to the beach, the cameras picked him up. A neighbor saw him, and the neighbor didn't say, "Child, come here." Because he is autistic and he's not verbal. The neighbor didn't say, "Hey, come here, where you going?" And keep that child in his or her possession, or bring that child to their parents. But if it was a man and a woman, hey, you don't see you come and check her? You don't see you come and check her? Zafe mun to sell. You're supposed to care about your neighbor like it is your own family. Crime going on left, right, and center. Police cannot solve it, but y'all want them to solve it. Y'all know, y'all seeing tooth, bagay, everything. But y'all are saying nothing, and then y'all want the prime minister to work black magic obia to solve crime, whereas you sit there and you know of who's doing the crime, but you refuse to speak. I am aware that you cannot speak to any and every police officer or whatever, because some of them crooked. But there must be somebody that you are able, that is confidential within the organization, the police force, that you could give the information. All you're good for is to sit down before an accident, record. Before you'll see somebody with somebody, record. It's all over the place. But we have forgotten the fundamentals. We have forgotten the fundamental of neighborhood watch. I was walking in town one day, and then I think that was the first day of school, and kids were coming from school. And I just said to them, how was school today? What did you all learn? And they told me. And they were very nice. And then the other one was so excited. "Oh, I got my mathematics sums right." And they just spoke to me. And they were like, the lady spoke to us. Yeah. But we prefer to be in tongue, like you all say. We prefer to be in tongue, the things y'all have to pay close attention to, y'all are not paying close attention to. We don't care. It's like you go to a place, and it's like when you leave, nobody cares. Now we want to blame the parents. Now let me tell you something with children. Because I was reading other comments from people from overseas, where people said their children, their little autistic children, or their little sons just disappear from them. Unfortunately, neighbors saw them. And some of us, our hearts are so cold. Our hearts are so cold. Sapa ishmoya, mamele. And autistic children, they love water. It is very calming. It's very refreshing for them. So they will always go towards the water. Now, I do not know all the circumstances surrounding that. But my issue is a neighbor saying she or he saw the child. And what did you do? And with all the missing persons, we are ready to blame the government. We are ready to blame the government. We cannot blame any government but ourselves. We're supposed to be our brother's keeper. We are supposed to be our brother's keeper. Some of you are living in communities, you all don't even speak to your neighbors. How can you not speak to your neighbor? How can you not speak to your neighbor? Some of you all would leave and go out, maybe to an event or something. You will not even say to your neighbor, neighbors, I'm out for a bit, the usual, the drill. Because we are too selfish. We are too caught up within ourselves. I have arrived. I don't need to tell my neighbor I'm going up the road. I don't need to tell my neighbor anything. And the reason why we behave like that, everybody believes I have the biggest house, I have the biggest car, I have the biggest job, I have the biggest things, so I don't need my neighbor, I don't need anybody. We all need each other, because if you fall sick there, who is gonna, if the ambulance don't have time come collect you in your house, your neighbor, somebody's gonna drive you to the hospital. We have developed a nasty culture in this country that we don't care. All we care about is man and woman business. Who's sleeping with who not sleeping with who. That is all you'll care about. Who I saw at dinner with who, XYZ. That's all you'll care about. Zafemun. There is no way, because some time ago, I parked my car in a certain area. When I came out of the car, I saw two nice little girls. I said to them, "Why aren't you at school?" And you know their response to me? "My mother cannot afford to send me to school." We, as citizens, should care for each other. Now, I know everybody's saying things is hard, things are difficult. We're not disputing that, because, hello, when we go to Marcy, I really, really, really want to cry. Not this weekend, the previous weekend, I did not go and shop. So the Wednesday, I decided to just go pick up a few things at Marcy and I'll do the balance. My bill came to almost $400. $400 for nothing. Then on Saturday, we went to get some more stuff at the supermarket. You know what my bill came to? $1,000. I wonder how people are surviving in this country. Are we looking out for each other, or are we just sitting there and expecting Philip JP to drop money in our laps for us? Even if it is very expensive, if someone is in need, I will take out from what I have and give them. This is what you call community spirit and community love. Philip JP and his government cannot do that for us. He cannot do that for me. We have to start looking for each other. We have to start looking for each other and make life a little better for each other. We, the communities, have to be the movers and shakers in helping people. We have become a dependent nation. Like I say, all we know is Zafemun. Because if people had cared about each other, this little boy would have been safe and sound. It takes somebody with no feelings, a heartless person. I don't know the details surrounding this, but it takes a heartless person to see a little boy. And if you know the little boy is autistic, don't speak, you're not reaching out. What kind of people have we become? And these two young girls, right? We should have avenues where they could go to school, get something. This is not the day and age where, we cannot give somebody a piece of bread, a little juice or something for their children to go to school. Everybody have become self-centered. Everybody want to be in the limelight. It is me, it is me, it is me. We have to take stock of our own selves. And let me tell you, if each and every one of us start to take stock of our lives, things will change. But if you expecting so to change your life, life will not be good. You have to get up and make a change in your life. I have a neighbor, and let me tell you, anybody that's strange in the area, she'll know. She's always on the lookout. You all must have community watch. You must be able to have your neighbor's number. Tout moun ni WhatsApp. Même si ou ka vole WhatsApp, pas WhatsApp, Wi-Fi. Même si ou ka vole Wi-Fi, tout moun ni Wi-Fi. Even if you stealing Wi-Fi from your neighbor, tout moun ni Wi-Fi. Have your neighbor's number. You cannot be living in a community and you just don't mix with anybody. Nobody said you're going to sit at the neighbor woman laughing out, but you should be able to be cordial with your neighbors. And it is really sad that in my country, St. Lucia, that a little child because I have children, a little child has just vanished. And we see on Facebook people quick to say, oh, what is going on? Blame the Prime Minister, blame Tutmun. We have had a lot of missing people. We need to go on our knees and pray. We need to cleanse our ways, cleanse our hearts. And it is very painful when I realize what my country has become. People have become very disconnected and cold. People have become very disconnected and cold. I personally, I'm a very private person. However, I'm not private to the point of stupidity. I open my eyes to see what is happening around me and sound the alarm. But zot pa mele yon a lot. C'est mepwi la, mepwi pa ici, si pa la. That's all y'all do. Where is the love? Where is the genuine love? Some of us, all what we want to do is please politicians, please those in authority. I don't want to please none of these people. I want to be true to myself, because at the end of the day, we make up a country, not politicians. We make up a country. And to all the people who went out there trying to find little Aiden, may God bless you all. Because this could have been avoided. We need to take a firmer stand in this country. Maybe we need to have sessions. And this is where I'm going to show you a video about community policing. And maybe instead of we sitting there and saying, I'm going to show you a video how to start a neighborhood watch. Instead of we sitting there, leaving everything to the government and the police officers, if we decide to have a neighborhood watch, you think the police officers who is connected to your community would not be happy to entertain you, to train you and show you what to do? But no, you prefer to come on Facebook, ba yo me pui, parler inutile, parler bêtises. You prefer doing that. It's time we arise from our slumber and take care of each other. If you love yourself as an individual, you're going to love other people in return. Listen to what I said. If you love yourself as an individual, you are going to love other people. We have just become very disconnected. And people, what I realize, and I have been researching and reading, what I realize about St. Lucians, they have become very cold. And I keep saying it again, it's a click, 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 it's a clack, 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 it's a click, 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 it's a clack, clack, clack. You should be able to reach out to the, let me tell you, we cannot, the government can't save St. Lucia. The police cannot save St. Lucia. We have to work within our own communities and put measures in place with the help of the authorities for us to be secure. If the criminals or people who snatch people's children or children who just go astray or walking, and nobody's looking at them, if we have conscious people like that in the community, don't you think our lives would be a little easier? But it is the end of days. Nobody don't care if anybody we glorify politicians instead of we checking ourselves to help our fellow neighbors, brothers and sisters. We are a brother's keeper. Now take a listen to the video.
Hi, I'm Jody Sasway with the City of Carlsbad's Police Department. Neighborhood crime prevention takes teamwork. And did you know the best teammate lives right next door? You can help keep your neighborhood safe and secure by joining Neighborhood Watch and learning about crime prevention teamwork. You can find out if you already have Neighborhood Watch in your area by contacting the City of Carlsbad's Police Department. If you don't have Neighborhood Watch in your area, you can get a guide from the Police Department that makes it easy to get started by following a few simple steps. First, you will need to create your group. Choose 12 to 20 homes around you for your Neighborhood Watch block and recruit a volunteer block captain. They will be the spokesperson and lead your group's Neighborhood Watch activities. Step 2 is where you prepare your group and distribute and collect your Neighborhood Watch survey. The survey will be used by the police department to personalize your first Neighborhood Watch meeting. Step 3 is to schedule your meeting. Call the police department to schedule your first Neighborhood Watch meeting. Meetings are generally held at a block captain's home. At your Neighborhood Watch meeting, your group will learn how to work with the police department, how to spot and report suspicious activity and crime, and how to keep your neighborhood safe and secure. It's also a great chance to meet your neighbors and build a close-knit community. You will be able to share information that will help you and your neighbors establish normal activity in your area, so you can quickly take action when something is suspicious. Once you've had your first meeting with the police department, you can schedule future gatherings based on your neighborhood's needs. Be sure to refer to the Neighborhood Watch Guide for more details. It's just that easy to start Neighborhood Watch. And remember, crime prevention takes teamwork, and Neighborhood Watch has been proven to reduce your risk of crime in your neighborhood. It's also one more way that the City of Carlsbad's Police Department is working with the community to keep our neighborhoods safe. For more information about Neighborhood Watch, or to see more videos like this, check out the City of Carlsbad's website.
It tells me that the moral compass of people in St. Lucia is very low, because I cannot see myself ignoring a toddler that I am aware that is autistic, nonverbal, and just turn a blind eye. Our moral compass is very low. And if we had Neighborhood Watch, as the video said, you have this person who is always on the lookout. And if you see something strange, like this little baby walking, you take this child. And the best thing to do, you take this child. If you know the child's parent, then you bring the child back to the parent. But if you do not know the parent, you bring the child to the police station. And let me tell you, I am very calm tonight, but I am very livid. I am very disgusted that I read on Tuesday night that a kindergartner was by the Cicero bus stop. He attends the Anglican primary school with a police officer. And he does not even know who is his parents or whatever. Parents, let me tell you something, eh? My friends used to call me paranoid. I still paranoid, sorry. I still paranoid by my children. When I had to pick up my children from school, nothing would have stopped me. I would go and pick them up. I told my children, if I see a call coming from y'all and I am at a meeting, excuse me, I'm not saying no, I cannot excuse myself. Some of y'all do that. Y'all in meetings, y'all see your children calling, y'all not answering the phone. You don't know what's happening. The meeting can wait. So what is going on that this little baby kindergartners, no, this thing is really, this thing is really starting to annoy me. A kindergartner is 5 years. What is a little baby like that doing by the Cicero bus stop on Tuesday night? And thank God, whoever is the police officer, thank you for taking a stand. Thank you for taking a stand and staying with this child. And this is what I read on Tuesday night. There is a grade K boy from Anglican Primary on the Cicero bus stop with a policewoman. Thank you, my lady. Thanks for being so generous. With a policewoman, I know you're doing your job, but at least you have a heart. He did not know his parents' name. Can someone please tell someone? You know, it would have, you know, these, Jesus. I'm speaking to you and my heart is filled. Because how can somebody just leave a 5-year-old? What, people don't care? What, y'all making children, y'all don't want them? Or you forget? How can you forget you? I could never forget my children. Leave them in a school. What is going on? We need to do better. And we need to sensitize the public. And I think that has to be done through the ministry, social justice, my rep, Honorable Joachim Henry, right? Through the police department, public relations department, we need to sensitize people. Now, I need to understand something. Where was this child? He's in grade K, because I know when we used to go to school, if you don't know your way home, or they make sure, the teachers make sure they know where you are if you're parents. And I have seen it, even growing, you know, as an adult, that the teachers make sure, okay, this one go with that one. How can a child, how can it, this is too much. My heart is heavy. This is too much. This is turning out to be ridiculous. Let me tell you, when I see little children, my son always tells me, you love children. Yes, I do. And especially boys. I like boys. I actually prayed to God for 2 boys. I have nothing against girls. I actually prayed to God for 2 boys. And I got 2 boys. You know, and always tell me, you like children. Of course I like them. I couldn't have more children because of my condition. Okay, I couldn't have more children. C-section, and I go through my pregnancy like nothing happened. I went through both pregnancies. Let me tell you, I was climbing mountain, I was going in the middle of the ocean, I was doing all kind of thing. But when it's time to give birth to them, I cannot give birth naturally. So obviously, C-section. So I love children. I always look out for them. I always talk to them. And a lot of children take to me. I think it's my personality and how I speak to them. And you mean to tell me, oh, my heart is heavy. Nobody's saying that. What's going on with us, people? What's going on with us? Nobody saw that. Thank God for the policewoman and whoever was there trying to look at the child. Parents, are you sleeping? What is wrong? Are you high on something? Are you mad? Are you insane? Or was it somebody that had to? Let me tell you, my child will be, you know, this is crazy. And it's around maybe minutes to 8 o'clock, the child was just there by the Cicero bus stop. And when y'all finish, y'all want to say all kind of things. Blame government, blame this one. People, we have to blame ourselves and be responsible. We have to blame ourselves and be responsible. You in town as an adult, right? You can look for the little ones. The teenage ones usually find themselves, where they're going to their homes or whatever. And sometimes when you hear of the teenagers missing, the young girls, like a recent one, I heard another story. If you know you are not missing, teenagers, and you go by your man or your woman, tell your parents straight. It's better you tell your parents you go by your man or you go by your woman. And if you know you have man as a teenager sleeping with that man, you should tell your parents. You should tell your parents so that your parents shouldn't be cursing or quarreling with you because you sleep in, you're a teenager. There's nothing they can do about that. Okay? There is nothing they can do about it. What your parents have to do is educate you about what can happen to you, pregnancies, diseases, educate you. And this is a conversation we need to have with young people. Oh, they go in and sleep. They will sleep. They're young. They will do things. This is a different generation. But you as a parent, you should be able to guide them and help them and tell them, you're a young child. You shouldn't be doing X, Y, Z. But anyway, you are doing it. Here's the consequences. Here are the precautions for you to take. These are the conversations. But you know what we like to do? Mal pale moun, mauvais langue. That's what we like to do, instead of putting measures in place to help them. I had my children and moite two part with you. Let me tell you, when I see it is 3 o'clock or 2:45 and I have to go and meet them, I jump in the car already. Go look for my children. This cannot continue. And that kind of attitude on Facebook, oh, this one missing, this one died, this one is the government. No. Y'all know everything that is happening in terms of crime, even who missing, and y'all not saying anything, and we want to blame the government. What is going on? You see, and the other thing about it, people are not confidential again, that you as a parent, you may not have something to send your children to school. Sometimes you cannot even approach the neighbor, because the neighbor going and tell the whole neighborhood. So sometimes we too are the problem. That's why people don't reach out to us. Sometimes we too are the problem. We create issues. That's why people don't come speak to us. And let me tell you, maybe the laws of St. Lucia, I don't know the law in terms of, I know there are children's rights, right? I know that. But the government need to revisit that, to put the fear of God in people who just don't care about their children. How can a child be just on the Cicero bus stop? Little Aiden gone missing. You see the child, you say nothing here, take him. Even if you vex with your neighbor, even if you are vexed with your neighbor, you shouldn't be vexed with their children. And even if you vex with your neighbor and you see your neighbor fall in the gutter, you're supposed to go and assist your neighbor. You're supposed to call the ambulance for your neighbor. Facebook, social media have shown me people don't give a damn anymore. That's what it has showed us. People don't give a damn anymore. What is going on, my people? We have become like the metropolitan cities, the countries, like, oh, I don't care with you. I jump in my car, I see my neighbor, hey, my neighbor walk in. I don't even want to give my neighbor a ride. You continue driving, you go up the road, you have a flat tire. That same neighbor have to come and help you. We have just become a people that do not care. And I want to tell you something. Excuse me, people. It takes a village to raise a child. The community spirit, the community love has to be there. I know everybody have their big houses, their big car, they have their biggest flat screen TV, they have everything in their house. But the one-on-one interaction is missing. We should have it. I love having a nice chat with my neighbor. We sit, we talk about all sorts of things. We must care for each other. So take a listen to this video, my people.
It takes a village.
Today's story is a beautiful tale about a community coming together to make a village. Today's themes are kindness, unity, and cooperation. Today's question is, what can you do to help in your community?
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
It Takes a Village by Hillary Rodham Clinton, illustrated by Marla Frazee. Sometimes it takes a child to make a village. We all have a place in the village, a job to do, and a lot to learn. Kids don't come with instructions, but neither do grown-ups. Every child needs a champion, or two, or three, or more, and the right tool to get the job done. Every family needs help sometimes. Kindness and caring and sharing matter. Playing matters too. And resting, because the world is in a hurry, but children are not. The village needs every one of us to help and every one of us to believe in each other. Children are born believers and citizens too. Let us build a village worthy of all children. For today's activity, I want you to think about ways that you can help in your community. Then, get a piece of paper and some coloring tools, crayons, colored pencils, markers, whatever you like to use, and draw a picture of you helping your community. I would love to see these pictures, so if you want, you can ask your grown-up to take a picture of it and send it to me at thegivingprojectforchildren@gmail.com, and I would love to respond. Thank you so much for sharing this book with me. Let's continue to develop our love of reading together. Till next time.
Let us build a community where our children feel safe. And I think right now we are in a very difficult spot in terms of how we behave as a people. We would see people fighting. Now, I know sometimes they're fighting. We don't know if they have guns or knives. But instead of calling the police officer, what we do, we videotape. Let us build a community where our children feel safe. We are our brother's keeper. What are you doing, or what are you thinking of improving within your community to make it safer, not only for you, but for the little ones? You know, and I know all of us felt this burning sensation in our souls to hear a little child has just gone missing. We have adults who have gone missing. And you know, my advice to people, because this thing is getting very scary, very ridiculous. My advice to people, even if you may feel safe, you're going out by yourself. I ain't doing that again, women. I am doing that. And if I do go out, I make sure I'm well protected and everything. You never know who is tracking you. It's never good to go out alone. Sometimes you have to invest the money to protect you. And as I said, there is a security company who follows me. And I may have to, his prices are reasonable. You know, girls, you want to go out, you can just hire his security guards to be there with you. Let me tell you, we are living in strange times. People want to kill you for no reason. People are, you may not be the richest person on the earth. People are just jealous of your aura. People are jealous of the way people love you. And they want to kill you. They want to send a stone behind you. They want to break your windscreen so that you can crash your vehicle. We are living in strange times. And never say, nothing ain't gonna happen, man. Nothing ain't gonna happen. We good. Nothing ain't gonna happen. We good. Always think the worst when you're going out, and you will be able to protect yourself. These are not the days when we just jump in our car and just go about our business. No, again, I ain't doing that. It is scary. But let me tell you why it is scary again. It is scary because many of you have information and your mouth zip, not saying nothing. How are little children just going missing? It's a style. And not only little children, adults, a style. You mean to tell me you do not see somebody for a couple of hours, even if you know the person drinking rum, and you know the person suffering with seizures or whatever, you still go and look, oh, you always drink rum. You still look for them. That person is within your circle, your family, your friend. You still look for them. And even if they're not within your circle, you say, hey, but how I see you come at his home yet, where man? It's not affecting me, so I don't care. I don't care. It's not affecting me. It's affecting them. It's their business. It's not affecting me. Why should I care? And then everybody on Facebook acting crazy. But we care for each other. You know who we want to care for us? Our children, our neighbors, the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister know where you're living. Is the Prime Minister in your community? Your Prime Minister know when your neighbor need a cup of tea or some biscuits for their children to go to school? The nonsense we do as citizens is repulsive. We need to care for each other. People these days, they don't even check on each other. How are you doing? But they will send all rubbish to you. They send in everything that happened for you. But they won't check to say, how you doing? What's up? You know, you're cool. People don't even take each other for coffee. There's a friend of mine who came, you know, I worked with him. He was my subordinate. And then he said, so I'm coming to St. Lucia for Christmas. We have to meet for a coffee. But I just find the Christmas time a lot of people came. I could not meet with anybody. It was very busy. And, you know, for us to meet for coffee. Yeah, you don't have to go at the expensive restaurants. You could just go and have a coffee, right, in a nice place, right, and have a croissant or something, and you just sit and you chill, right? People always believe that you have to spend a lot of money. There's the nice food trucks, you know, opposite the Harbor Club. They made this nice little place where you go get whatever. You're going to have some nice fries and chips. Not chips and fish or chicken, whatever. And you sit there and you chill and you just talk. We have basically lost it. And until we bring Christ back into our lives and into the picture, it's gonna get worse. Because when you try to act Christ-like and the way Christ wants you to act, you could never see somebody's child or a little or an older person in danger and you will not ask, hey, what's up, where are you going? We are so hard. Sometimes you see people on the street, and sometimes, let me tell you, just a nice smile you give them, it changes the day. You just say, hello, how are you? It changes the day. You know, and we saw the unveiling of the jazz festival, and I know how will I put it? We haven't had jazz for a long time, so they're just getting back into the swing of things. So the only thing for me, I really wish, because as I said to you, I'm not into the boom, boom, boom. I really wish they had an international gospel artist and some good reggae music. This is my genre of music. My favorite genre of music is reggae, and I love my gospel music. So all those, you know, promote our country. It is for us. Promote our country. We need the revenue. We need the revenue so that we can come out from the debt, the hole we are in. So, you know, let us be proud of St. Lucia. Not everything the government will do that I will be happy about, but let us err on promoting our country and not promoting our country as a place that people may not want to come to. St. Lucia is beautiful. I love St. Lucia. My only problem with this country is the mindset of the people. They believe that government's supposed to do everything. No, let us get up and start doing excuse me, let us get up and start doing what we have to do as a nation. If you have love in your heart, let us stop being vindictive. Let us stop being vindictive. Let us try and open avenues for other people to get work, employment. Let us not only think of our inner circle, our cliques, our friends. Let's think of other people. And there's one thing I said to the Minister of Tourism. I put it big and bold on my page. I know they're going to have different things in different communities or whatever. But let us ensure that we help the vendors. And there should be training seminars for our vendors, because if all of them are selling the same thing, they're not marketable. Let us do stuff where we can, you know, spread out their products, what they sell. Let us give them an avenue to make money, because the tourism season, the peak season is closing, and when the lull comes, they need something. Let us be creative in what we do. It is our country. And when people start realizing it ain't Philip JPA country, it ain't the government country, it is our country, we'll put ourselves in the right direction. It's always a pleasure. Excuse me, people, I've spoken so much. It's always a pleasure speaking to you. Do good. When you do good, it's going to come back to you in measures, in ways. It's unbelievable. Be kind. Be kind. You don't have to give somebody $1,000 to love them. Somebody could be in a situation, you buy a plate of food for them. You give them $10. Sometimes that $10 help them. Be kind. Let us just stop. It's me. No, it's about us. And before I leave, I will pray. Father in heaven, I just want to thank you for your blessings upon our country. We come against the spirit of disappearing people, whether they are infants or adults. We come against that spirit in the name of Jesus. Father, everyone that is missing, Lord, we ask you for your will to be done. Change our hearts, O Lord. Change our minds. Change our ways so that we can be a blessing to our country. This I ask in your precious name. Amen. And with this, I will see you again Monday, 9 p.m., same time. Love you. Bye.